All season long, this group's been really resilient. It's been part of your modus operandi. Do you think there's an appreciation with your group about the opportunity that still exists here to do something pretty special?
Well, I think the answer to that's pretty simple. I would say absolutely. And with that said, we still got to come and play. You can't just rely on the past performances, but if the past gives us any indication of what might or predicts the future a little bit, I like our opportunity for a good response.
I got to ask the injury question. That's all I ever ask. Sekera, stuff's not even in the stock.
Andre's out for the rest of the series.
Okay. How worried were you as a coach when all your defensemen were going down? Forwards, there's 12 of them. Defensemen, there's only 6.
Well, I think that there's an obvious answer to that. You don't jump up and down and get excited about putting forwards back there. So the concern level is very high. We were fortunate to get a couple of them back. It's still a real long game to play with 5 D-men when you go into the 5th period. So it was taxing on that group, but we had yesterday to relax and rest, and our batteries should be recharged and ready to go.
Todd, your team seems like it's way more fired up and feeling sorry for itself. As a coach, how do you channel that into positive energy for a team?
Well, if that's the case, and I believe it is too, then I think they've already done it. We've got to be ready to play. We've got to stick within our structure and our team environment. We've got to stay out of the penalty box and have a good start. If we do those things, the game will take itself over and we'll play. We can't get too wound up because then we play outside our skin and that won't help us at all.
You have a decision to make, obviously, with a left shot guy being out. You've got right shot guys that have been subbing in. I guess where are you at with the decision of playing a guy out of position versus a guy that hasn't been in the playoffs yet?
Well, we played Rusty on the right side all year, so in an ideal world, you'd like to have lefties and righties. In special circumstances, that goes out the window and you play 6. So we'll have 6 D-men in the lineup tonight.
Draisaitl at center as opposed to the wing. How did you think that turned out? And obviously, you're going to maybe try that again tonight.
I don't know what we'll do tonight. I thought Leon played a hell of a game the other day.
Last one on the D for me. Is Clefbaum available, or is he?
Yeah, he's just getting morning treatments and that type of stuff.
Todd, the fans have been frustrated with the calls that have gone against you. Are you frustrated with those, or how do you separate?
I respect your question, but it's in the past. We spent all day yesterday talking to the media about the calls and all that. It's done. There's nothing we can do about it. So if I'm asking our players to channel their energy and their focus on the actual playing of the game and leaving the rest of the crap alone, I have to do that too. So I'm going to decline to answer your question.
So you had, with McDavid and Draisaitl down the middle, you had them right head-to-head with Getzlaf and Kessler. These are 2 guys who have been doing it for a decade or more. How do you think your young centers are doing against their experienced centers head-to-head?
Well, you're including, I guess, Leon and in that game you're talking. Okay, yeah. You know what? I thought it was a hell of a game on our behalf. We'd like to have 3 minutes back. We don't get them back. I thought that both Connor and Leon had an impact offensively and defensively. So I would say they had a pretty positive impact on the game. Again, those 2 players from Anaheim are pretty darn good players, and they have a ton of experience. Their entree into the league in the playoffs wasn't first-line situations. They came into the league as 3rd or 4th-line players, and they got to pick their experience up that way. But that's just a product of the hockey world we're in. The kids come up quick, and they play right away now.
What are you seeing from Union Hopkins and Everly in their search to find some offense here?
Well, I said earlier, they're going to have to find their way to get on leave their mark in the series, and then the series is still going.
Thanks, Todd.
Okay.